G'day and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. This episode we're getting back onto Chris's 1330 to work out what exactly has happened with the loss of compression in cylinder 4. Before we get into the intro, I just want to talk about cylinder 4. I'll put a photo up on the screen in just a second. After we'd finished filming, we looked around. I'd rang one of my mates and asked him, what do I need to look for in this sort of thing? This isn't something I've actually had the chance of working out before, this sort of problem. Now, not all problems you get to ever see yourself. A car may lose compression, it may blow smoke, it might have a rod knock, the piston may detach from the conrod, all these sort of things. It's not a common occurrence. So if you're in a trade, like being a mechanic, like myself for instance, you may see this stuff regularly depending where you work and what you do. You may never come across it. You may come across it once when you buy a car and think, I don't know what the hell is going on here. Essentially, we looked into number 4 and found that there is a score mark down the side of the bore. Not entirely sure what's caused it, don't know how it's gotten to that point, but essentially we need to strip the entire thing apart and get this thing down to the machine shop and work out exactly what we need to do moving forward. This episode, we're just going to run a bit of a time lapse as to pulling the engine out. It is at about 8:30 at night when I've started this, so it's going to be a bit of a late night, but once we get the engine out, we should be able to strip it fairly quickly. So let's jump into the intro. Let's get this engine out and figure out what the hell has exactly happened to Chris's Mk3 1330.
Modest tranquility. Said I made up my mind this time. I'm taking it over.
We are about 2.5 hours in. We're almost at the point which we can remove the gearbox, and then we can assess what the go is with the piston. So you're going to see live, or at least live when you watch it, as to what the issue is. So once Kev's undone that, so you get the pry bar in there. I generally like to just use a pry bar between the big end, sorry, the main cap and the gearbox, just to break the seal. And then after that, it's generally okay to pull off. Okay, so number 4. Just want to grab a torch, mate. Right, let's have a look and see. Right, so there's nothing visible down there. Let's do it again. Again. Right. Yeah, so I can't see a piston ring or something hanging out of it. Should probably check the gearbox and see if there's any. Okay, so gearbox doesn't appear to be anything, which is good. There's definitely nothing there. Alright, let me grab the camera and Kev can no, turn it the other way. Kev can be cameraman. We'll pull these off and we'll see exactly what's going on. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, let's work out what size this is. I think they are 9mm, I think. Yep. Alright. Grab a oh. So, loosen it on both sides. Always important to make sure that you take note of the way that they come out, especially if they're aftermarket or even genuine. This one's got 2 marks, so Bravo 3, Bravo 3, and then on the other side it's got not similar numbers, but I think they denote the date and the year in which it was made, so make sure you always line those up as well. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing in there that we can see. Let's take these off and let's have a look. Okay, so there's no visible signs of damage, which is good. However, there's obviously something that's caused it to fail. There we go. Separate the end cap from the conrod. Sometimes you can get away with by putting a bolt into the side and just giving it a bit of a wiggle and it'll come straight off. Okay, so bearing looks good. Fantastic. So let's pull that out. Just go nice and slow just to make sure that we don't lose anything. Okay. Oh, right, this side towards me. All right, let's bring it up. Let's have a look. Okay, so somehow that oil scraper ring is not doing anything. You can actually see here. Let me just give that a wipe. Well, first of all, let's have a look at the gudgeon pin. Gudgeon pin is still fitted, thank goodness. What you can find sometimes is the circlip can come loose, come out and then score the bore, which then in turn the gudgeon pin comes out and just damages it. So good thing that hasn't happened. Both the circlips are on either side. So what you can actually see here is a couple of things. One is the piston rings should be able to move quite freely. See here how we've got some tension there. We should also be able to move that around, but we can't. I'm not entirely sure why. So that's piston ring number 1. Number 2, so it's actually mushroomed here. You can actually see it. It's in the light there. I don't have anything sharp to show you. Between, let's just grab a pick. Let me have a bit closer. There's one there. I got it. Oh, all right. So you can actually see between here and here, it's actually mushroomed somehow. It's pinched that second ring. So that's not causing, sorry, that is causing no compression. And that oil scraper ring, see that? See how loose that is? Should not be that loose. If we follow that all the way around, that's pretty much in its groove the whole way. But, see the gap here? Between here and here? It's missing a piece. That is really interesting. But the question is, where has that gone? How has it disappeared? Yeah, that's definitely way tight there. So you can actually see a nice solid gap there. And then between here, it's actually mushroomed down in there. I don't know how that's happened, to be honest. Anyone in the comment section watching, please let me know. But those rings cannot turn at all. So they're still in the same position. I generally fit one generally around here, so about 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock. And yeah, they have not done their job. So let's do a bit more investigating. I'll send this off to my machinist and see what he thinks. But that piston's actually damaged there. You can actually see where it's been scoring. I think that's just normal. Once again, someone let me know in the comments. Nothing is scored here. Nothing's damaged. Yeah, it's pinched here. Yeah, see that? See, that's got a groove all around there, and then it comes together. Something's caused that to whoosh, squish. So that's what we found. I think what we really need to do is, yeah, send that to the machine shop, get his opinion, see if they are able to reopen those grooves, I guess. Not really sure. Not sure if that's a thing, reopening piston grooves, but also if it's still cylindrical as well. It seems like it's still fairly circular, which is good, but it'll also just depend if it's going to be reusable or not. You got to remember as well, it's not actually sealing on the piston, it's sealing on the ring. So the ring's actually bigger, and that's what's creating the tension between the piston and the cylinder wall. So I won't pull this apart at all. I'm going to leave it for them. But yeah, something has definitely happened here. We've broken a piece. That piece might actually be wedged in there. It's damaged it, compressed it somehow, and yeah, we've got a bit of an issue. Hopefully a set of rings will fix it. Worst case scenario is we may need a new set of pistons to suit, which then means unfortunately you can't just buy one, you have to buy an entire kit from MED. If that's the case, that's what we've got to do. Yeah, best outcome will be a set of rings, clean up the pistons, so long as everything's fine, hone the bores, and send it on its way. But that's it. Not really the outcome we anticipated, but you know, these are the sort of jobs that you do, and you get that on the big job sometimes. You know, I don't believe it's anything I've done, but not yet anyway. But whatever the outcome is, we'll get it fixed. And like I've said a million times before, I offer a lifetime warranty on all of my workmanship. If this is something I've done and it's user error for whatever reason, I will cover the complete cost of this. There's no two ways about it. And I don't just say that just because I'm on YouTube. I say that because that's genuinely how I feel. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned on my social medias, and I'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.